Patient stable.
Wow, I really didn't think this was a part of me that could be dug up this much. Wow, that hurts. That hurt to hear. That hurt to see someone else I experience. Hello, gals, blokes, and all other folks. My name is Mortius, and welcome back to Next to Normal. Welcome back to Next to Normal. Feels weird to say out loud. I'm probably going to need to change my intro slightly, but we are back, and I am very excited. This show definitely knew how to make a first impression on me. I am absolutely intrigued by all of the characters and their dynamics so far. I'm so intrigued by what the mother's mental health situation is like and how that's going to kind of impact and reflect on the rest of the family. Of course, the rest of the family clearly having their own stuff going on. A questionable but unexplained dynamic between father and son in this seemingly next to normal family. Like, so human, but so... they all have their own things going on, which is also still so human. And then ending the episode with this incredible sort of semi-ballad about like music and perfectionism being the daughter character's escape. And then we get a new character introduced, a love interest perhaps? Who knows? Let's find out with more Next to Normal right about Actually, before we start the video, I just realized this is the first video I am recording that's going to go up in August, which means our featured tea has changed. If you want to get Calypso's Morning Sleepyhead tea, absolutely delicious stuff. If you are watching this in the month of August, you can use code MORTIUS over at gildedtiefling.com, link in the description, and get $2 off this tea. This is actually the first batch I brewed of it, and it is absolutely delicious. It's so like refreshingly light. My wife made the analogy that it's almost like when you put like a cucumber or lemon in water, not saying it's like weak flavored, like it's just fruit and water, but that same kind of like just like little bit of refreshing aftertaste vibe that you get from it. So strongly recommend if you are a fan of tea. They have a lot of amazing selections, but specifically this one, you can get $2 off with code MORTIUS. Now let's actually do the reaction.
Still have this practice room for 7.5 minutes.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I know. I just like to listen. I'm Henry.
Natalie.
Natalie, thank goodness.
I mean,
give me some character names. Oh, Henry.
It's a little creepy that you know.
Well, we've gone to school together for like 6 years.
Really?
I sit behind you in 4 classes.
Well, that is a little awkward. I was thinking that Henry was coming along creepy and, you know, still just being like, I like to listen. Like, still, you could have approached it slightly better, Henry. And also, Natalie, that's a little on you.
Huh. Also creepy.
No, that's just how seating charts here work. Okay, yeah, Henry, Henry, you're...
And after?
Right. 7 minutes. You give up way too easily.
You're kind of a confusing person.
Me talking to anyone interesting in high school.
You should meet my mother.
I would like to.
The pink ones are taken with food.
Oh. I love, that's actually a really cool transition. You're an interesting person, you should meet my mother, and now we go to Dr. Fine. Interesting. So, obviously we've got the whole kind of energy going on there about, like, these two. I love the, like, you give up too easily. It's a very interesting dynamic. I'm definitely curious where it goes. I love that they're up there with the actual, like, instrumental pit. Like, that's just really cool.
Confusing person.
You should meet my mother.
The pink ones are taken with food, but not with the white ones. The white ones are taken with the round yellow ones, but not with the triangle yellow ones. The triangle yellow ones are taken with the oblong green ones with food, but not with the pink ones. If a train is leaving New York at 120 miles an hour, and another train is leaving St. Petersburg at the same time but going backwards, which train do you
Who's
get on?
crazy? The husband or wife? Who's crazy?
I'm sorry. I have to. I couldn't not hear it. Oh, you all know I'm too epic brain rotted. Why is this?
Another train is leaving St. Petersburg at the same time but going backwards. Which train do you
Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Why is that literally just like some island, the first one we found?
Some island, the first one we found. It's bursting with cows.
Like, that's literally just the mutiny motif. That's so interesting. Sorry. This is so interesting how they're portraying, like, almost symbolically. I can't imagine this is actually the extent of what the Doctor is saying. This is just, like, their own internal perception of it. But this can be how confusing trying to get medical advice is and can be. So, like, to a level, it does make sense to me. Interesting.
If a train is leaving New York at 120 miles an hour, and another train is leaving St. Petersburg at the same time but going backwards, which train do you
Who's
get on?
crazy? The husband or wife?
It's literally the
Who's
same
crazy
notes.
To live their whole life believing that somehow things aren't as bizarre as they are.
Oh, and the spinning stage again.
Who's crazy? The one who can't cope, or maybe the one who'll still hope.
I'm sitting down. Hold on. Who's crazy? The one who can't cope or the one who'll still hope? Basically being like, what's worse, to be in her position where nothing feels like where nothing's okay, or to be in my position still hoping that eventually something will be? That's obscene.
Who's crazy? The one who can't cope, or maybe the one who'll still hope. The one who sees doctors, or the one who just waits in the car.
And I know his name is Dr. Fine, but having the symbol just saying fine in flashing lights. Woo!
And I was a wild 25, and I loved a wife so alive. But now I believe I would settle for one who can drive.
Oof. Oof. I can't find a better adjective than the one I've said already, but this show is so impressively human.
Round blue ones are taken with food, but not with the oblong white ones. The white ones are taken with the round yellow ones, but not with the trapezoidal green ones. Break the green ones into thirds with a tiny chisel, put it all into a
My
mortar.
psychopharmacologist and I. It's like an odd romance, intense and very intimate. We do our dance.
Oh, is it magnetic? They totally have magnets. That's how it clicked. So, like, that's like every time he did it, it's like a tick, tick, tick. And I thought that was just like him hitting the metal for dramatic effect. But I bet the bottoms all have magnets glued into them that go into the metal so she can move around with it. That's brilliant staging, actually.
Intense and very intimate.
Listen to this. What?
We do our
Dun. Now we're getting into like either a 3/4 or a 6/8 kind of vibe. That's sort of interesting. Like as she's just who's good dun dun. Wait, that's just mutiny. Dang it! Hold on. Who's crazy? Now I can't even think of what it was before. I don't know if it's been in 3/4 this whole time or if it started 4/4 and switched, but either way, as she's talking about a strange sort of intimate dance, it going into this bum 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 bum, very dance-like 3/4 is really cool.
romance, intense and very intimate.
Dun, 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 dun,
We
dun,
do
dun.
our dance.
Dun, 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 dun.
My psychopharmacologist and I call it a lover's game. He knows my deepest secrets. I know his name.
Oof. Oof. Showing the dichotomy, the way that you can never feel equal in an environment like this. Oh!
And though he'll never hold me,
I need Tegan early in this role. That's what I've just realized above anything else. I desperately need Tegan early in the role of next to normal mother.
It's truly like he told me. Without a little lift, the ballerina falls.
Goodman, Diana, bipolar disorder.
I was wondering. I suspected that bipolar might be it, but I also didn't want to say that because, admittedly, I'm going to be very, very careful with this show and this character because I serve as a mental health advocate because I have either been diagnosed with or been trained to work with spectrum, like autism spectrum, ASD, ADD, ADHD, anxiety, depression. I have either had or been trained to work with many of these things, which is why, since those are often mental health conditions that are expressed in media, I feel like I have the ability to make commentary on it. I know that bipolar is something that is extremely misunderstood, and I don't want to contribute to that by adding my own misunderstandings to it. You know what I mean? So if people were recommending this show hoping that I would have a really interesting and nuanced take on her issues, I'm not going to, and I'm not even going to try to, because the reason that I didn't say out loud in episode 1 when I suspected it was bipolar is because I was worried maybe I'm only suspecting that because of cliches that aren't true. You know what I mean? And so I just want to let you know I'm going to be very careful with this. I'm probably not going to give as much commentary on her mental health side of things as with others. We'll see. I don't know yet. I just felt the need to say that since I do try to advocate for mental health on my channel. There's a reason I talk about the ones I do, and that's because I have the experience in those regards.
Told me, without a little lift, the ballerina falls.
Goodman, Diana, bipolar disorder with delusional episodes, 16-year history of medication, adjustment after 4 weeks.
I've got less anxiety, but I have headaches and blurry vision. And I can't feel my toes.
So we'll try again, and eventually we'll get it right.
It's not a very exact science, is it?
Never is.
So often Taxil and Buspar and Xanax, Depakote, Clonopin, Ambien, Prozac, Ativan calms me when I see the pills. These are a few of my favorite pills.
Oh, man. God, this is heavy.
Thank you, Doctor. Valium is my favorite color. How'd you know?
It's just the thing about
Wow. The relationship they have, her whole vibe, her dynamic, the sort of just energy that she has is fascinating.
jazz is how do you ever know if you got it right? It's just making stuff up.
Which is also known as the act of creation.
Oh, you're one of those pretentious stoner types.
It's totally not fair. I'm not pretentious. I'm definitely not classical. It's far too rigid and structured. There's no room for improvisation. You have to play the notes on the page.
Yeah, and what did Mozart...
Interesting. So he's going to challenge, as she was just saying, play every note until your fingernails or the strings break. Basically, perfectionism above all else. Da-da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? But as, like, her whole thing is that unhealthy emphasis on perfection, then we also, in the same rate, get him challenging that belief with saying that, yeah, but you need improvisation. You can't be so rigid all the time.
I'm not pretentious. I'm definitely not classical. It's far too rigid and structured. There's no room for improvisation. You have to play the notes on the page.
Yeah, and what did Mozart know anyway? He should have just smoked a bowl and jammed on Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Yeah, let's do that.
Goodman, Diana, second adjustment after 8 weeks. Delusions less frequent, but...
Oh, we're having time skips. I see. So that's not the same practice room day with the two of them. That's their relationship developing over time. They've now been hanging out for a month. And now she has another check-in after another 4 weeks.
Depressive state worse.
I'm nauseous, and I'm constipated. Completely lost my appetite and gained 6 pounds, which is just, not fair.
Yeah.
May cause the following side effects: one or more dizziness, drowsiness,
sexual feeling.
Oh, and one last thing. You
God, I've been in this room before, man.
Odd and alarming sexual feeling.
Oh, and one last thing. Use may be fatal. Use may be fatal. Goodman, Diane.
Wow. I wasn't expected to be. Hold on. I need a sec. Hold on. It's been a while since I've talked about this. I think the last time I did was Nightmare Before Christmas, Sandy Claus with voice play. And that was like a positive overstimulation. For those of you who ever need a grounding technique after overstimulation, one of the best ways to do it is to bring your hands to the back of your neck, because that kind of creates a tactile sensation at the top. And then if you're sitting, I'm okay, I don't need to sit right now, but if I needed to, I could sit, feel every part of you that touches the ground. Take your feet, feel where your feet are touching the ground. And what's important is my feet right now are not just one point. I can feel my toes in the ground. I can feel the ball of my feet in the ground. I can feel my heels in the ground. I can feel 3 points of contact, 4 points of contact, because my big toe and my second to last toe, as I tense, are touching separately. And that is how I'm connected to the world. And that is something that you guys can use if you are feeling spiraling or not connected to the world. You are able to feel those points of connection, feel each of your 4 fingers, 8, if you're using both hands, 8 fingers on your neck, 4 points of contact on the ground, technically 8 there too, because it's 4 per foot. 8 points of contact here, 8 points of contact on the ground. I was not expecting this to transport me like this. Whew, this is incredible. I can see why so many people feel such resonance with this, to just have to hear, do you want to be like everyone else? Here's what it costs. You know what I mean? Like, and I can't even imagine if it was a more significant condition. Even before medicine, I wasn't okay, but I could pass. I could function. Wasn't good, but it worked. For someone like this, that might not be the case. Again, I'm going to try not to speak too much on her condition because I'm not knowledgeable on it. But just, God, I really thought I only had one like actual trigger that would be explored through content, and we've already done that through All You Want to Do and through the Calypso videos and through my own music. If you guys want to see my journey put to music, I released an album. Please consider checking it out. I thought that was the only thing I still had in me that would transport me like this, but this is incredible how well they have reinvoked the feeling of agony, the feeling of sorrow, the feeling of having to make an impossible choice between looking at a spreadsheet in your mind, and on one column is feeling like you, and the other column is feeling okay. And trying to figure out what Venn diagram you can create and what it's going to cost you in the process. This is a much harder song than I expected it to be. And the odd and God, I don't know how much I want to talk about this, being a family-friendly channel and a public school employee, but just the recontextualization of her openness about the sexual life and sexual history and things like that being something as a side effect of the medication, and that thing that is intimacy, it's personal, being so not even in your control, whether it's a higher or lower libido, whether it's, again, I don't know how much I want to actually dive into that right now, but that's such a under talked about side effect, is this thing that no matter how you are raised. If you are raised religious, you're taught that it's sacred. If you are raised other ways, you're taught that it's personal. If you're raised other ways, you're taught that it's freedom and expression. No matter what, in society, that aspect of life, sex, is so personally defined by every person and their upbringing. And the fact that this little thing you put into your body can change how that feels and works for you is under talked about, honestly. That's a side effect people don't talk about enough, but that's something that is so personal to every person. And to have it ripped out of your control like that. Whew. This is going to be a hell of a series.
An alarming sexual feeling.
Oh, one last thing. Use may be fatal. Use may be fatal.
Goodman, Diana, third adjustment after 12 weeks, reports continued mild anxiety and some lingering depression.
I now can't feel my fingers or my toes. I sweat profusely for no reason.
I've wasted like weeks of practice with you, improvising.
Oscar Peterson was classically trained.
Beethoven did cocaine.
Miles Davis went to Juilliard.
Mozart wrote poems about farts.
Fortunately, I have absolutely...
Interesting. So
Peterson was classically trained.
we've got the two of them again. As I was literally just talking about how this song was invoking the feeling of like the you are versus the you that feels okay. And now these two are creating a Venn diagram together of rigidness versus improvisation, essentially a different part of the same feeling I was already describing. Oh my God!
Beethoven did cocaine.
Miles Davis went to Juilliard.
Mozart wrote poems about farts.
Fortunately, I have absolutely no desire for sex. Though, whether that's the medicine or the marriage is anybody's guess.
I'm sure it's the medicine.
Oh, thank you. That's very sweet. But my husband is waiting in the car.
Interesting.
The one who's half gone, or maybe the one who holds on, remembering when she was 20 and brilliant and bold.
And the effect that it has on other people too. The way that's represented. With it sings, oh!
And I was so young and so dumb. And now I am old. And she was wicked and wired. The sex
Always take my
was simply
calls.
inspired. Now there's no sex and she's depressed. And me, I'm just tired. And I'm tired. And I'm tired.
The one who has treatments or the one who just lives with the pain? The one who has treatments or the one who just lives with the pain is wild. Again, still that same thing I've already talked about. He made the other choice. To just live with the pain, but at least be you. Oh!
They say love is blind, but believe me, love is insane.
Goodman,
Oh,
Diana,
my lord.
16 weeks.
I don't feel like myself. I mean, I don't feel anything.
Uh-huh. Patient stable.
Wow, I really didn't think this was a part of me that could be dug up this much. Oh, I was gonna record 3 episodes today. I think I'm done after this one. I think I'm gonna need a break until next week's recording session. Wow. I don't feel like myself. I don't feel anything. Patient, stable. If that's not fucking sophomore year of high school, I don't know what is. Wow, that hurts. That hurt to hear. That hurt to see someone else I experience.
I mean, I don't feel anything.
Uh-huh. Patient stable.
And all the pills in the background? Unreal. Unreal. What do you mean there's still 3 minutes left in this one? Oh my lord.
Hey, your mom's like in the next room.
She's in denial. It's totally convenient.
Jesus. Dang, they like actually...
It's therapeutic.
Right. It's medical marijuana to treat your ADHD.
Totally. Huh?
Oh, I don't put anything into my mouth that's on fire.
Mood! Absolute mood! I feel you, girl! Same!
I guess that's a good rule.
Yeah!
Oh, no. I can't do this. Not with my life. I'm like one screw up from disaster.
The idea of holding yourself back from the possibility of a connection because you think you're a ticking time bomb is so unhealthy, but so realistic. This show, dude!
Your life's not a disaster. The environment is a disaster. X is a disaster.
You're stoned.
Our planet is poisoned. The oceans, the air, around and beneath and above you.
Henry, that's true, and I totally care.
I'm trying to tell you I love you.
What?
Her face is What? Her face? Flawless. Absolutely flawless.
Love you.
Henry, that's true, and I totally care.
I'm trying to tell you I love you.
What?
The world is at war, filled with death and disease. We dance on the edge of destruction. The globe's getting warmer by deadly degrees.
And this is one messed up seduction.
Fair.
This planet is pretty much broken beyond all repair.
Yes.
But one thing is working. If you're standing there.
I'm so sorry, microphone. I don't know what I was doing there. That was... What would the planet is pretty much broken beyond all repair.
All repair.
One thing is working if you're standing
there.
And also that crystal clear you're standing there. Like that's absolutely incredible. But then also like her saying this is a messed up seduction and him countering with everything in this world is wrong except you. Poetry.
Perfect for you. I could be perfect for you.
I mean, that's...
I might be lazy, a loner, a bit of a stoner. It's true, but I might be perfect. I'll make myself perfect.
Okay, maybe not that.
Perfect for you. You square all the corners, I straighten the curves.
You square all the corners, I straighten the curves is really cute. That does feel like opposite though. I feel like it should be like, well, I guess square the I don't know.
You've got some nerve, Henry, and I'm just all nerve.
But even if everything else turns to dirt, we'll be the one thing in this world that won't hurt.
Oh!
I can't fix what's messed up, but one thing I know I can do.
Oh!
I can be perfect for you.
I can be perfect for you.
Oh, I'm so nervous this is gonna end terribly somehow.
For you.
This is way too early and this heavy of a show for this to actually be okay. I am horrified. And the way the acting was flawless there. The way that like she like pulled back, like she was nervous. It was like a, and then let herself give into it. And that's where we end this episode, according to my little chart here. So, thank you all very much for being here and accompanying me through this. I'm gonna take a little bit and come back prepared for next recording session. I am not gonna be able to record episode 3 right now. What an episode. The things that this show is doing to me is just incredible. Thank you all very much for being here. Again, if you want to support this series, please do all the stereotypical YouTube things. And if you want to support it even more while even getting yourself early and unedited access, consider joining the scrolling names over on the Patreon, because that is what allows me to do what I do and make a job out of putting myself out here like this. And so I hope you all appreciated it. I appreciate this show. I can't wait to hop into it more soon. And as always, gals, blokes, and all other folks, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.